So that's today's Boxing Day. Okay, we have Evelyn here. So my Boxing Day is almost over, but I thank God that I've lived to see this very hour. Got 6:47 p.m. here, so I am almost out of the Boxing Day, but the celebration continues because I'm always celebrating in my heart. Um, Many of us have been through Boxing Day, Christmases as kids, and realized that it has lost its value over the years. And though it started out good, I won't go into the history of it, but though it started out good, a lot of things have lost its value during the Christmas celebration and the Boxing Day, which is actually the second Christmas. Let me see. Boxing Day, I'm reading from something, so I'm going to read and talk at the same time. Boxing Day is a holiday celebrated the day after Christmas, thus being the second day of the Christmastide. Though it was originated as a holiday to give gifts to the poor, today Boxing Day is primarily known as a shopping holiday. Let me go back and say, what is the history of Boxing Day? When is Boxing Day? What is Boxing Day called? And why is Boxing Day called Boxing Day? Boxing Day is a holiday celebrated in the day after Christmas, and it was originated in the UK. So don't think it's something wild. Boxing Day was originated in the UK. It is celebrated in numbers of countries that previously formed the British Empire, otherwise known as the Offering Day. And why was it called Offering Day? As I said before, the rich used to give to the poor. You may not believe that, but it's true. On the 26th of December, Boxing Day is an holiday celebrated in Britain, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and other Commonwealth countries. Boxing Day originated in England, as I said before, in the middle of the 19th century, under Queen Victoria. For years in which the holiday falls on a weekend, the celebration is moved to make sure workers still get a day off, except in Canada, where it remained the 26th. In the UK, it's classified as a bank holiday. It's also related to the Goodwill of the Day of Goodwill, St. Stephen's Day, and as I said before, the second day of Christmastide. So back in the days on Boxing Day, there used to be football matches, a great football match. In many of the Caribbean islands, and I can say it about Jamaica also too, on Boxing Day, people used to go out to watch the big, great football matches, and everything was there. On Boxing Days, those who had vouchers, that would be in the UK and other places, who had vouchers or they had gifts that were, you end up having two gifts, two presents. You could return them back to the store and then exchange for something else. And the gift vouchers that still exist in the Europe tide, I think, and I'm not sure if in the America they still have vouchers. Those vouchers, if you get them for Christmas, you could bring them and pick up whatsoever you wanted. For some people, Boxing Day is a time to spend with families and friends, just like Christmas, particularly those who have not seen Christmas Day itself. Many people gathered for meals, spend time, turkey sandwiches, and they would spend time with each other because that was the day off. Traditionally, Boxing Day includes food, baked ham, puddings, pies, mince pie, brandy butter, along with a slice of Christmas cake and other dessert. So people used to look at Boxing Day differently than how we do it today. Today it's like a expenditure day. And what a lot of us don't understand is that just like Christmas Day, if the holiday was fall in the week, they would change it so that you have enough time. And now we realize it just stuck one place, and a lot of folks still goes to work, but those days it was the other way around. Boxing Day is traditionally a time when poorer people and servants were given permission to go home to look after their family, because you've always spent enough time with your boss or your master. Let me put it like that. You've served them throughout the year, and that particular time you were able to go home and meet your family. So the masters would pack up gifts, everything that they had for you, give it to you so you could go home. So you would get leftovers, you would get pancakes, everything that you who works in the kitchen has already made. These leftovers, you could bring them home. And you could go home and spend time with your family, and then you know that you have to resume back to work. In today's tradition, I realize a lot of us don't even have time for families. Families are last thing on our mind, because families and whatever, I don't want to get into that. I've realized there's a lot of folks out there doing good. And the folks who receive, they're always the one coming back again, and they're demanding, as if they give you something to put down, demanding for more. And not thinking that there are other people that are even poorer than themselves who also would like to have a piece of the pie. And it makes things look bad for those who really wants to give. I've seen a program, and I'm not calling any names of the program or anything. I've seen a program where a lady received some things, and she received money, and she came back on the Christmas day, and she want more because somebody told her that they were giving out gifts there, and she wanted more. Seen program where people were giving things, and when you find it from the shout, they would go behind the back of those who have already give to them and be demanding that people that give those persons things to give them. Our conscience are dead. And I can understand why a lot of folks do not want to give. But there are still many of us out there who are willing to do it, willing to go through all the chastisement and be able to touch somebody's heart and somebody's mind. So Boxing Day has a meaning. It's not just a working day. As we take it now, it was a day when the rich folks would give, and you could go home and serve your own people. So when we think about Christmas and the Boxing Day, they're both, just put it as one, because the Christmas Day, we tend to celebrate Christ. Even though we know that Christ was not born on Christmas Day, we tend to celebrate Christ. On the Boxing Day, we tend to celebrate Christ just the same. We know he's not born on Christmas Day. Don't get me out of context. And therefore, we celebrate with each and every person. It's a time of giving, sharing with each other. It's a time of celebrating. It's a time that if it's a day for church, you pack your bag and your kids and everybody, and they go to church. In Jamaica, where I grew up, the Christmas Eve, we would go on the street, and you could buy things at the Bendong Market. For those who live in Jamaica and remember Bendong Market, you would go with the kids, and they could pick things of their choice. And then you would buy things for those who came out, from those who came out to sell. So while we celebrate Christmas and we turn it over now to be whatever we choose it to be. It has an origin. And Santa is not Santa as you think Santa is. And if we use the terminology Santa Claus, which is actually a gentleman here in Europe who had that name, and now I understand that there's a gentleman who changed his name to be Santa Claus. Santa was giving out gifts. Mr. Claus was giving out gifts. He was giving to the poor. And on the Boxing Day, for those of us who grew up with good memories of what it was like, the Boxing Day was special. You get to go to the cricket match, to the football match. You get to spend some free time. Even those who want to carry water on their head, wear bare feet, would have a chance of saying, oh, it's Christmas. And the Boxing Day follow on. They would have a free time. Know a lot of people are struggling, and a lot of people don't even get to enjoy the Christmas Day. And we thank God for every life that is spared to see even the ending of the year. Because there are many out there who've never received a gift. A lot of ungrateful children around, ungrateful humankind around. They receive and they still want more, and they will curse you out, even though you gave them yesterday. It's really sad. It's really sad. I was on the street on Christmas Day, and I could hardly find people here in Europe. It pains me because I should be able to do that in my home country on that day. But such is life. And a lot of other nations, because of the COVID lockdown, a lot of people have felt the pressure under it. And therefore, make this Boxing Day significant in your life, even if you didn't receive a gift. My Boxing Day is actually over. It's night here. It's 6, almost 2 minutes, 1 minute to 7, but if you look outside, it's very dark. So the Boxing Day is over. But there are other days. And we thank God for his mercy, his love, and his compassion. I'm just sharing this with us, that we'll be grateful for what we have. Because there's other out there only grateful that they've seen another minute, another hour, and another day. Bless you all for listening. Shalom.